Well, we want to go ahead and talk about Black Leaders Detroit. It aims to bring resources, really of all kinds. This is to help support Black businesses in our community. And joining us this morning to share details about the organization is the CEO, Dwan Dandridge. We're so glad to have you here with us this morning.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
So give us an overview of the organization. What's the organization all about?
So the way I typically describe us is we are a funding vehicle for Black entrepreneurs operating in the city of Detroit. So we service the for-profit and nonprofit sector, and we do that primarily with grants and no-interest loans.
So you mentioned entrepreneurs. Exactly who do you help? And is it just budding business people in the city of Detroit?
Yes. So for the most part, you are running a nonprofit or a for-profit organization that's been in business for at least a year, and you pretty much offer your services, product, or whatever that might be in the city of Detroit.
And so then, in turn, how do you raise money to get that money so that you can give it away?
That might be my favorite question, right? so we actually invite everyday people like you and I to make a $1 a week commitment, right? So $52 a year, $4 a month, whatever variable that makes the most sense for you, that's the way. And we're looking for 1 million people to make that commitment. But like most nonprofits, because we are a 501c3, we also receive lots of funding from some of the bigger foundations and corporations that believe in fairness, believe in equity.
Okay, so you solicit everyday people to
Yes.
make those, to make,
Yes.
to kind of to commit to that amount,
Yes.
and then it snowballs. Where did
Yes.
that idea come from?
That's a great question. I don't know if a lot of people ask me that question. So I think that for most Black people, we have spent time in barbershops or the dinner table saying, hey, if we could all just come together, like we would be okay, right? I think that this is not a Dwan idea or a Black Leaders Detroit idea. I think it's the collective community's idea. And I think in addition to that, it's not just Black people that believe in fairness. We believe that all people believe in fairness, in spite of what we may think about one another at a given point in time. My lived experience is that there are a lot of people that would call themselves ally. They would love to be on board and on mission with something like this.
So it kind of started in that, almost like a brainchild of that, like that grassroots kind of community.
Yes.
And you just kind of took it and expanded on it.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. And so we have talked to you before about Black Friday, Christmas, Black History
Yes.
Month. Talk to us a little bit about some of those programs and where they are now.
Yeah, so Black Friday, it is us actually trying to draw business to some of the Black businesses on the avenue of fashion in particular. So we know that Black Friday's become like a holiday in and of itself, right?
Sure.
Where people go out and shop and spend money. But small businesses aren't able to compete with some of the bigger box stores when it comes to marketing. So what we do is we invite people that follow us on social media. Find us at Black Leaders Detroit on all platforms. But we ask them to come out and shop with some of those businesses, and we put up the first $50. So we'll give you a $50 gift card that you can go and spend at one of several stores, and we also give a voucher for one of the food vendors that's on that street.
And also, you're working on some things for Black History Month as well.
Yes, yes. So we believe in celebrating it not just by remembering, but also by creating history. So what we're doing for Black History Month, we're donating $100,000 to 20 Black-run nonprofits, and we're doing that in increments of $5,000. And we're inviting those people that donate that dollar a week to nominate and say, here's who we believe is doing amazing work and who should be supported.
And we've talked a lot, especially lately, about no interest loans. What does it mean when we talk about a no interest loan? What does that look like, and what are some of the details surrounding that?
Yeah, so interestingly enough, there's a no interest loan that's been happening in Michigan for 128 years. There's an organization called Hebrew Free Loan that's been providing those loans in the Jewish community. Well, they found out that we were looking to do this. A good friend of mine, David Contour, he found out about it, we were connected, and they gave us the blueprint that they've been using. So we took that blueprint, we tweaked it a little bit to make it a better fit for the Black entrepreneurs in the city of Detroit, and we rolled it out a couple years ago, and the reception is amazing.
I can only imagine.
Yes, so you're looking at being a majority Black-owned business, operating in the city of Detroit, and been in business for at least a year. So that's the starting point.
That's the criteria.
Point. Yes.
And then in terms of, how difficult is it to get?
I think
Does
that
it vary?
I think that it's a lot easier than traditional funding, right? Like it was set up because the barriers for us have just been insurmountable for many. So I think that, like, you know, we have a much easier success rate when you're talking to people on our team, being interviewed, and we're looking at your documents. If you have some challenges, you're talking to people that have had their own share of challenges,
and
so they can
help
really
in that
relate
way.
to you. Exactly.
Okay, and I know you're working on something coming up here for the spring called Ride for Equity. What's that all about?
Yes. So one of the things that, you know, I think I was made aware of in one of my previous roles is that as a nonprofit that's looking to raise funds and get people to understand your mission, you have to have something that will draw people in. So we do a bike ride from Detroit to Mackinac. It's a 377-mile bike ride. We do it the week before the Mackinac Policy Conference. And it's an effort to raise money, for one, but also raise awareness about the work that we do.
Fantastic, and that timing is perfect too, as well, for something like that. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate you being here, and keep up the good work.
Thank you much.
All right, stay with us, back after a quick break.